This is going to be a straightforward dashboard. It's just that is the application of the lookup functions. Uh, that's why I've created a dashboard too. And if you remember, this is the function which took the most of our time during our classroom session as well. So over here, what we are trying to do basically is we have five different variables with very fixed cost, freight and forwarding, other variable cost, power and fuel and profit. So in this particular dashboard, this variable slicer is particularly dormant or particularly is not used. It is practically if you want to expand this dashboard in multiple horizons, that's when you will use this slicer. Otherwise, in this particular dashboard, you are not going to use it. So what my intention is, or what our intention or what our endeavor is, we have 5 years, 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015. Depending on the company selected, I should get all the five variables as the output in fixed cost, freight and forwarding, other variable cost, power and fuel and profit. Okay. The first thing is to identify which company we have selected. So we will start with index function array. So where I'm trying to find out the company is from this particular data set, which is over here. I'll freeze this particular data set. So over here, index this particular data, which is from A6 till A25. I'll freeze this columns or freeze this entire data set. How do I going to find out? So which is match function. Lookup value is what? So the lookup value is going to be my worksheet 2, which is this company is already constant. Again in the sheet, which is going to be from A6 till A25. I'll make this constant and output should be exact match. I'll put a and column should be there is no column as such. So okay. So my output is ACC limited. If I click this to Ambuja, JK Lakshmi, Ultratech, Ultratech. So I have basically determined that which company has been selected. Now in this data set, every company has 5 row items, which is for every company there are other variable cost, power and fuel, freight and forwarding, fixed cost, profit. Same for Ultratech, same for Ambuja, same for JK Lakshmi. So over here I have at least able to identify which company I have selected. Okay. Now I have to identify which cost I have selected. Okay. So that I am going to find out using a match function. Surely that I can able to that I am going to able to find out. The third question is for which year I'm going to trying to find out. So because I have 5 years over here, 2011, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So there is a function called as offset. Offset. Okay. My first reference is my company name, so which I've already found out. Which row, which I'm going to find out using match function, as in which particular value. So which particular value, I'll go to worksheet again, and I'm going to, okay, so in this worksheet, I need to have another option called as variable over here, which is over here, variable over here. Okay, fair enough. So in this worksheet, so I'll start with offset. My reference, the company is already selected. Match, what I'm exactly trying to find out is fixed cost part. I will make this constant. Lookup array is in this entire data set. Match type is going to be 0. Match type is going to be 0. And it says then which column I want the data from. So I want data from the third column. So I will write it third, or I will write it second, because from offset, so from offset it basically tries to say, we will first come to concepts. It says this is my offset from this, how many columns is my data in? So is that 2011 is my data set which I want as a part of this dashboard 2 over here. So it basically says that this is my company, this is the cost which I'm trying to find out, and I want company data in the second column from this inference or from this input. Okay. Now, so coming back to this formula, so coming back to this output, it says ACC had fixed cost of 2011 of 15. So if I go back to this data, it says ACC has fixed cost of 27. However, 15 is in the next row. Okay. So what I have to do is I just have to shift this reference by 1. It comes at 27. And once I'm dragging this, okay, so I just have to drag like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just have to change the reference over here instead of B2. So okay, so let's take a reference from here. So I will write this. Okay, so instead of taking reference from the sheet, I will take a reference from this entire new set of columns, which is a part of worksheet here. So instead of taking reference from here, I will take a reference as a fixed cost, which is a part of this. So first is my fixed cost, then my freight and forwarding, then my other variable cost, then my power and fuel, and then my profit. So I will take freight and forwarding third, sorry, the other variable cost as a third input over here, and power and fuel as a part of the fourth input over here. Okay, so this is my first input, and if I drag this, my output doesn't appear over here. Why? I just need to check why it doesn't appear. So 2011 ACC had a fixed cost of 23. It doesn't say like so. So we will debug this formula. We will debug this formula. So over here, the first thing it says ACC limited. Yes, we have selected ACC. Index 1 says that A6 match O11 from this entire sheet, which is my power and fuel, which is not the case. So over here, I just have to select fixed cost, which is 27. And then if I drag this, I will get my output 27, 20, 15, 23, 15. So fixed cost is 27, which is like this. Freight and forwarding is 20. Yes. Other variable cost is 15. Yes. Power and fuel is 23rd. Yes. And profit is 15, which is perfect. And I will just make this constant, so even if I drag across, my output doesn't change. So I will make this constant. I will make this constant. I will make this constant. I will make this constant, and I will make this constant. The only change which we are going to have it when I'm dragging this, everything remains the same except for this column. So instead of column 2, now I will write column 3, and for 2013 I will write column 4, 2014 I will write column 5, for column 5, and 2015 I'll write column 6. That's the only change which I'm going to do. So for ACC, fixed cost will be 27, 26, 29, 29, 30, which is 27, 26, 29, 29, 30, which is precisely the point. So over here, what I've done is I've first identified which company I've selected using index, first index and match using this. I have identified the company. Using the next match, I have tried to identify which cost I have selected. okay, which cost I'm trying to find out the cost, or in the strata, which cost I'm trying to find out. Offset will basically give me, with the offset, I'm just trying to find out which year I'm trying to find out the the output. So basically this formula says something like this. If you try this, you should able to get it. Just break for this formula a little bit and you should be able to get this. I will make this formula appear like this so that you can have a reference what we have done. I will also send the sheet. The sheet is also available to you. You can refer this sheet and check the formula. Take help of your professors. If there is any doubt, you can send your email. But you have to practice this to get the mastery of the lookup functions, which is very, very, very useful when you are creating a dashboard. I hope that helps. Thank you.